Now at 7:30, new details overnight about an Amtrak train crash in Harris County that killed 2 people. Plus, a street takeover leads to a car chase and a deadly crash with an innocent victim. The latest on this investigation and the man arrested.
And temperatures continue to climb on this Easter weekend. I'll have your full forecast straight ahead.
And after those Easter egg hunts, cream eggs and chocolates, how to offer a little balance in your children's diets today. KHOU 11 Morning News starts now. Oh, I know, a lot of kids waking up excited right now, my kids included. Let's begin outside on this Easter Sunday. It is April 17th, sunrise happening right now, although it is hard to see through all those clouds. Meanwhile, halfway across the world, Easter festivities have already begun. Pope Francis celebrated Easter Sunday Mass at St. Peter's Square. It was the first time that Francis gave Mass there with a large crowd since the pandemic began. On one side of your screen, you can see a live look from the Vatican. Looks like a beautiful day there. And on the other, this is video from Mass this morning. Welcome to KHOU 11 Morning News. I'm Lauren Tellerico.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Kim Castro.
Kim, lots of people heading out to church this morning or an Easter egg hunt. What should we know otherwise?
Or picnics. Anywhere you go, just know it's going to be on the muggy side for today again.
Right.
And if you thought yesterday was hot, today will be even hotter, taking it into the upper 70s by the 10 o'clock hour. Notice we have quite a bit of cloud cover out there. That cloud deck has seeped in to some areas, waking up to some patchy fog this morning. I've got a 10% chance for a little sprinkle through the noon hour just because of all the moisture that we have. Very similar story to yesterday. 83 degrees by the lunch hour. The high today, 90. And notice we increased those rain chances and even up that to an isolated storm chance by this afternoon, and that's because we do have a cold front moving in. Here's a current look at visibility. We are seeing some trouble spots if you're headed south from the city center towards Pearland. Just west of there, visibility is reduced to about 2 miles, but pretty good for Sugar Land, for Pearland City Center. 6 miles is what you can see out ahead of you. 3 miles is what you can see out in Wharton. Temperature-wise, we are in the 70s area-wide, a flat 70 degrees for Conroe. That's a cooler point in the island. 75 degrees, 74 for Ingleton. I will show you how we kick up those temperatures hour by hour and when we get some relief straight ahead.
See you then, Kim. Thank you. Now to breaking news overnight. Houston police say a fight between exes at Denny's ended when the current boyfriend showed up and shot the ex. This happened just before 1:30 in the Denny's parking lot on the Gulf Freeway near 610. Police say the victim died at the scene and the boyfriend was taken into custody. An investigation is now underway. In Houston, police are investigating a fatal motorcycle accident overnight. This happened at about midnight on Highway 6, not too far from Sugar Land. Police say a Nissan Pathfinder was also involved and the driver was not driving while intoxicated. Details of the crash haven't been released yet. New developments overnight after 2 people were hit and killed by an Amtrak train. This happened in northeast Harris County on Beaumont Highway at Van Hutt Lane. The Harris County Sheriff's Office says a witness told them as they stopped when those arms were going down, a driver in a Chrysler 300 went around their car through the arms. It looks like
it appears initially that it was a vehicle that was trying to beat the train, went around the arms. There's a reason that those arms are activated, lights and sounds are activated. It's to keep the community safe and to alert them that there's a train approaching. It never ends well when somebody tries to beat a train. It's not going to win. And so once again, that's what we have out here at this point.
both people inside were ejected from the car during impact, which then caught fire. They died at the scene, sadly. The sheriff says the Amtrak train had 83 passengers on board and 11 crew members. None of the passengers were seriously hurt. Now to a shooting at the Galleria near the Shake Shack restaurant. The victim is in the hospital, and at last check, the suspect still on the run. HPD says a fight broke out between several people right outside the Shake Shack in the Valet area. One man pulled out a gun and shot another in the leg. Police say the suspect took off in a gray sedan. If you have any information, please call police or Crime Stoppers. This is at least the second shooting at the Galleria in less than a month. On March 19th, a man was killed after he got into a fight with a group of men inside a parking garage off Hidalgo Street. At this point, no arrests have been made in that case either. We are learning new details about a fatal Friday night crash in Northwest Houston, a police chase that ended in absolute devastation. The chase ended Friday at Hempstead and West Little York. Zach Tabatari has the latest.
On Saturday, all that remained were pieces of a horrific Friday night scene, a crash that made these cars look like crushed cans, littering the intersection of Hempstead and West Little York in Northwest Houston.
Now, I have seen some pretty bad crash, in my career, last 25 years. I have not seen one that bad in a long, long time.
Police identifying the suspect, 21-year-old Damien West, who they say was participating in a street takeover before leading them on a 10-minute chase in this Dodge Charger, crashing into several cars, killing one person and leaving another in critical condition. He's facing charges of felony murder and aggravated assault. According to court documents, West was already out on bond, facing other charges: theft of an ATM in Fort Bend County and possession of a controlled substance in Wharton County, and unlawful carrying of a weapon in Harris County, for which he paid $100 to get out of jail. This man, Adon Palacios, survived the crash. We spoke to his son Daniel first, who went straight to the scene with his family when he got the call.
As soon as I got here, I see like 3 helicopters in the sky. I see this whole street shut down, nothing but ambulances, and then I see all the cars, and your heart starts racing at that point,
Several hours later, they were reunited. Adon
happened so fast, and then I just feel the impact, and then my throat go that way. And
says he's happy to be alive.
Pretty lucky. I'm so thankful to God.
But upset that this is all the end result of a reckless decision.
That's pretty bad. You see what happened? Somebody lost his life. There's another person in real critical conditions. We lost our vehicles.
That was Zach Tabatari reporting. West's bail is set at $300,000. According to the DA, his aggravated assault charge could be upgraded to murder if that other person doesn't survive. You can catch the latest update on this story on KHOU.com a little bit later on this morning, as it's still developing. For the first time since the start of the pandemic in 2020, there are no COVID patients at LBJ Hospital, finally. According to the Harris Health System, LBJ discharged its last COVID patient on Friday. This marks a big milestone for a hospital that put up tents in its parking lot during the Delta variant surge to help with the overflow of patients. The Omicron subvariant BA.2 has resulted in a slight uptick in cases, but it remains to be seen if it will result in another surge. The CDC announced this week that BA.2 is responsible for about 86% of new COVID-19 cases nationwide. Okay, let's talk about those kiddos. As your education station, KHOU 11 embraces the importance of childhood literacy. Access to books can play a huge role in a child's later success. Ron Trevino explains why.
Why is childhood literacy a huge sign of how well kids will do as adults? When it comes to kids in reading, the problem is actually pretty bad. One study found in poorer neighborhoods, there is only one age-appropriate book for every 300 kids. That means there are a lot of homes that absolutely have no books. And researchers found that the biggest predictor that a child would succeed was not race, income, gender, parents' education, or location, but the mere presence of books in the home. Experts believe the ability to read is so important to everything we have to do as adults that not being able to read can have some shocking results. 85% of kids who come into contact with the juvenile justice system are functionally illiterate. 70% of inmates in America's prisons cannot read above a 4th grade level. A real sign that learning to read and having access to books are the building blocks to a better future. With the Why, I'm Ron Trevino.
Oh, absolutely. And remember, we have launched our Turn the Page campaign and book drive. You can donate new or gently used books from now through April 22nd. Go to khou.com/books for a map of donation sites near you. Or it's this simple. You can just point your phone's camera at that QR code you see on your screen to donate right now. Our goal this year is to provide 50,000 books for Houston area children. Thank you for helping us stand for Houston. Okay, let's talk Astros. JV was back on the mound, and boy, did he deliver last night. Did you catch it? Verlander dominated for 8 scoreless innings against the Mariners. Meanwhile, the offense delivered as well. A highlight of the night was Martin Maldonado's 2-run home run to left field. Final score, 4-0. That's what we like to see. And Houston, get ready. We are just one day away from the Astros' return to Minute Maid Park. The Stros will wrap up their 3-game series against the Mariners in Seattle today before returning home to take on the Angels tomorrow. That home opener starts at 7:10. Easter is the most sacred holiday on the Christian calendar, and it's also a whole lot of fun. Just ask dozens of children and adults in Houston's 3rd Ward.
3, 2, 1, go!
This weekend at Riverside Park, kids were treated to a good old-fashioned Easter egg hunt. There was also free food and the chance to take a picture with the Easter Bunny himself. The celebration was put on by McGregor Super Neighborhood and Friends of Riverside Park. On the southeast side, lots of smiling faces as Trey the Truth held his annual Relief Gang Easter giveaway. Families walked away with all types of goodies, including Easter eggs, candy gift cards, and even bump boxes. Helping others, of course, never gets old with Trey.
Sometimes people just need the time. Sometimes they need the shoulder to lean on, or just to know that somebody out there actually care, you know what I'm saying? Because there's a lot of people that go through more hard times than there are good times out here.
Of course, Trey is so well known in Houston for helping others, but he says this year he's looking forward to making an even bigger impact, and you know he will. What a man. Of course, the kids love all that candy, chocolate, and those marshmallow peeps. But Mom and Dad, how do you keep your children's blood sugar in check today? Could be tough. Here's Mandy Gaither.
Happy Easter! For those who celebrate the holiday, it's that time of year again. Baskets filled to the brim, loads of candy being consumed.
The candy is going to be just a sugar rush. It's going to spike the blood sugar and then drop them later in the day.
While you don't want your child to overindulge and get sick, Cleveland Clinic pediatric dietitian Jennifer Hyland says you also shouldn't place significant limits on their intake.
You can't give them this giant basket of candy and then expect them not to partake at all. So my suggestion instead would be to try to balance it out with meals throughout the day.
That starts with a healthy breakfast. Hyland says eating protein and fiber in the morning can help fill kids up and balance out their blood sugar. Egg hunts and other holiday activities can get them moving. Healthy Easter-themed snacks are also key.
There are so many things that you can make fun for the kids, like shapes of Easter bunny ears. You can use celery, carrots, bananas, apples.
And keep those healthy habits going through the end of the day.
I really caution parents from having the good food, bad food conversation. I don't want it to be we had candy all day, so now we can only eat salad for dinner. Still have your regular meals, but just try to load it up a little bit more on the vegetables.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
I think right now no kids are thinking about vegetables. They are thinking about those Easter egg hunts. And Kim, I know a lot of parents are probably looking out the window thinking, uh-oh. But you say the the day's gonna start a lot different than it ends.
Yes, and you know what? We are gonna get some breaks in between, breaks of sunshine, so it's going to be beautiful. Yes, warm and humid, more so than yesterday, but we will see some sunshine that you'll get to enjoy as we approach the lunch hour. Waking up this morning, though, thick deck of clouds, some of that cloud cover seeping down to the ground level in the form of fog. So a heads up if you've got some last minute candy shopping to get to, just bear that in mind. You'll have a couple spots that are a little tough to get through. That should start to lift by 9 o'clock this morning, by the way. 75 degrees in just about 15 minutes. We'll bounce it up into the low 80s for the lunch hour, and that's when we start to see a little break in the cloud cover. But just as quickly as we get that break, we'll see the front approaching, more cloud cover building, and those rain chances increasing. 90 degrees, by the way. That's going to get close to the previous record. Here's a look at current visibility. There are some areas there that you see in yellow that are having some issues with some patchy fog this morning. But otherwise, for the city center, 7 miles is what you can see out ahead of you. No big deal. Just a little bit of mist. That's all that moisture condensing. A little bit of dew perhaps this morning as well. Temperature-wise, 70s all across the map. Very similar to how we woke up yesterday morning. Remember that cloud cover traps the warmth that we get overnight, so we stay very temperate. We don't see those temperatures fall too much, but we'll certainly see them rise today. Yesterday's high, 83 degrees, seasonable for this time of year. 80, the record 92, same record for today, and we will contest with that, definitely with a high of 90 degrees. We'll go from the patchy morning fog to a stray afternoon shower chance, and we'll have that south breeze at 5 to 10 miles an hour pumping in quite a bit of moisture. Satellite radar right now showing us clear conditions in terms of the rain, but definitely that cloud cover that's been filtering in is showing us that patchy fog in some spots. We'll trade that in for some sunshine. You see a break in the cloud cover before that afternoon storm chance starts to roll in. 3 o'clock, we'll see some pop-up showers there in Huntsville and in Conroe is what the models are showing for 5 o'clock. 6 o'clock, that line of storms looks to pass through Bush, get towards Pasadena and Crystal Beach, but the storms are rolling in from the northwest headed southeast. So Sugar Land and Campo Bay City, you guys should stay dry for the most part, and then we reap the benefits of that front pushing through, the humid air being pushed out by a dry air mass. And look at the home opener forecast. Absolutely spectacular. Low 80s for the high, drier air conditions overnight, nice and mild, and then we'll see those temperatures continue to drop ahead of that next rain chance that comes in on Wednesday. We're putting that at just a 20% chance right now, so we just have to get through the muggy, very warm feel for today. It's going to be beautiful. You know what? We know what to expect. It's very summer-like conditions, right? So just stay hydrated, get a little water in between those chocolate bunnies and all that jazz, all the good stuff.
Summer hopping over for today. It definitely feels like summer outside.
It sure is making a big leap towards us.
Yes, it is.
But
I'm looking forward to 58 on Tuesdays, and it's the low. You said
yes,
something like that.
Yes, it'll be absolutely lovely.
Sounds good. All right, hey, that's it for us on this Easter Sunday. I'm Lauren Tellerico here with meteorologist Kim Castro.
We hope you make it a safe and happy holiday.
Yes, happy Easter.